I'm gonna say
everybody else went through that.
I'm gonna say shit on my show, the Big Face Gary Show. Without you, I wouldn't be here. So I appreciate the pioneer, man.
Well, I appreciate that.
And I'm telling you, I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much,
and I'm
man.
quite sure, right, because it was a culture that eventually it would have got out, right? Only thing is, we just happened to be first. That's all.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you still had the Cold Crush in the wings. You had the Fantastic in the wings. You know what I mean? The Crash Crew, the Treacherous. You know what I mean? You had the Magnificent Seven from Harlem. We was the Magnificent Seven from the Bronx. You had the Deaf Committee, Master Don and the Deaf Committee with Pebbly Pool. Na 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 na.
That's my shit.
And everybody go.
Ooh, that's my shit.
Right?
Man.
Okay,
that's
so
my record right there.
I'm saying, so you had people that
he's
were
still MCing. He's still rocking the crowd in the living room.
Now, Ron, now moving forward, how did you get casted for Wild Style?
Okay, now this is the story that most people don't know. Like I said, Wild Style originally was supposed to have been a documentary on the Funky Four. Because that didn't happen, right? Charlie and Fab Five Freddy began to realize that there is a culture, that there are other people who are doing what we do, right? Good, better, not as bad, you know what I mean? But there are other people. So now the focus becomes, we can't do the documentary, let's just do the whole culture, right? So in that movie, it's got everything: graffiti, b-boying, MCing,
that's right,
DJing. It got all four elements of the hip hop culture.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's what ended up happening. So now the group ends up breaking up. Okay, there's a power struggle going on in the group, right? And we all decide that we were going to leave. Okay, now I'm going to tell you a story. The night we did Saturday Night Live, Deborah Harry came into the studio. We're on the Saturday Night Live stage, right? She comes in the studio and says, "Hey guys, how y'all doing?" So, you know, we teenagers, we fucking 16, 17 years old. Hey, we all right. She says, "Let me ask y'all a question." And so we kind of huddle up and she says, "How's Sugarhill treating you?" Everybody in the group looks at me because I'm like the mouthpiece. They look at me, like for me to respond, like, what you gonna say? And I don't say nothing. She stood there about 15 seconds and she goes, "I understand." She walked away. She came back an hour later and said, "I got some good news." I said, "Well, what's the good news?" She said, "The good news is we in the studio working on our next album and we want y'all to cut the title track of our next song, our next album with us. And we got a 3-year tour lined up. We want to take y'all out as our
3
opening
years?
act."
Damn.
You ate off that, huh?
I said, "What's the bad news?" She said, "We can't do none of that shit as long as y'all sign with Sugarhill." So I say, "So what we do?" She said, "I'm set up a meeting with you and my lawyer. All y'all gotta do is go down there and sign power of attorney over to him. He'll get y'all out y'all deal and we can get to work."
It happened? It's hell
no, it ain't happening.
Okay, what actually happened, right? Now, we gonna rewind. After we left the group, right? There was a time when we was the 8 of us, and they was paying us $25 and all that bullshit.
Stop that $25 shit, man. I can't take that shit.
And we ended up leaving them.
Pissing me off.
Right? Once we got a record out, we ended up leaving them. Now, back then we didn't have records, we had plates, right? The acetate plates, right? We carried the acetate plate to a party, put the shit on, cause one side 16 minutes. we gonna
Yeah.
do our shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Get that paper, and we out. Now we up to $100 a night. $100 a man. It's 5 of us. We gonna get $100 a man. Now we doing 2 and 3 parties a night.
I bet you are.
So we getting $200-$300 a night.
Oh, now
Right?
he's talking.
We working Friday and Saturday. Don't let Monday be a holiday because we working Sunday too and maybe Monday.
So you're gonna war now.
Now
Right?
we're
So
going
we
war.
caking now. We signed Sugarhill, right? Sylvia say, well, how much money y'all make? We make $100 a man. She like this. I can give y'all that. I'm like, ain't no way in the world I'm going to Texas for $100. I can get that shit right here in New York. Fuck, I'm going all the way out there for $100. So she say, how about 200, right? That's more than we ever was getting. So I'm like, yo, what y'all think, right? Everybody say yeah. So we agreed to that 200, not knowing she playing Flash in them 500. She playing Sequence 1,000.
Oh.
She paying the Sugarhill gang 1,500 to 2,000.
Damn.
A man?
A man, we getting 200.
To destroy y'all.
Right? Now, we do a whole week. Now, the way our show week went, we did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Right? Payday was Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday we traveling because we might come from New York and go all the way to Texas. So we might ride on the bus for 3 days to get to fucking Texas. Right? And then we'll do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Texas, and then we might go all the way over to Florida. You know what I mean? So we state hopping like a motherfucker. Okay, so payday is Sunday. We done worked 4 days, right? That's fucking $800 a man. It's 5 of us. That's $4,000. She come and she hand me an envelope. That shit like this, but it ain't but a bunch of 5s and 10s. But the shit is thick as a motherfucker. So I count out the first 800. Put that shit in my pocket.
That's right.
Pow, the next 800, hand it to whoever. Count out the next 800. Ain't but 100 left. That's 2,500. She's short 1,500.
Wow.
So I said, yo, somebody go get her. So they go get her, and she come back. I said, Miss Rob, I don't mean no disrespect, but you short 1,500. She said, oh, well, we went in on a low guarantee. I'm like, Miss Rob, we ain't come out here on no low guarantee. Whatever that got to do with you, that's on you. We ain't got shit to do with that. Like, we need that other 1,500. This dude, Jazzy Jeff, gonna say, well, if that's all she gave us. I said, well, I'll tell you what. Pow! Through that other $100, I got mine. Y'all niggas figure it out. I got mine.
Wow.
Okay, that was the beginning of the end.
Right there.
Of the group, right?
Okay.
And he did that because he had set up some events and we didn't get paid. Now, when we were kind of managing ourselves, anybody could book us. Like if somebody called anybody in the group, right? You already knew what we wanted. You tell a dude, listen, we want X, Y, and Z. Make sure you get our money. We good. Jeff wasn't getting our money. Everybody told him, you can't book us no more. All right? Anybody call you, tell them to call Rodney.
Yeah, so that he could get our money.
So he wasn't feeling too good about that. So here's a way for him to get that leadership role again, but he had to get rid of me and KK first.
Damn.
And actually he had to get rid of me, but KK decided to go along with us. So we have a meeting with Sugarhill. So this what happens. So after we understand what Blondie tells us, we gotta have a meeting. So what we gonna do? I'm like, fuck you mean what we gonna do? We gonna go in here and tell this bitch to let us go. We wanna go somewhere else. Somebody say, well, what if she don't let us go? I said, well, if she don't wanna let us go, then she gotta give us more money. Right? Or plain and simple, because I'm dating Angie. I already know what she getting.
Who you dating?
Angie,
Who's he? Angie who?
Stone.
Angie
Yeah,
Stone.
he dating Angie.
She was Angie
Stone.
B at the time.
That's coming
Shout
up.
out to Angie Stone.
So, my thing is, so moving from that, when did you say in your house, you sitting down with your kids, you're a pioneer of shit, when you say hip hop is making millions of dollars? When did you recognize that? Millions.
Billions.
Okay, go billions. I'll go
When did you
millions.
first realize like
This shit is making
hip-hop,
so
like, oh,
fucking much
man,
money,
like
and you didn't get none of it? When did you realize?
Well, it's two things I realized, right?